he had a cold, a sore throat that kind of didn't go away for a while. And it coincided with kind of a return of bedwetting, and he was 5.
It was out of the ordinary for him. I mean, certainly at that point in his age, it didn't fit.
My mother-in-law asked me, just mentioned that she thought it seemed like he was going to the bathroom a lot and drinking a lot. And I thought, he's home all day. It's Christmas break. He's just drinking a lot. He's having fun. Don't make me worry about something I don't want to. But I Googled it, got on the computer and put the bedwetting with the thirst and the going to the bathroom a lot, and type 1 diabetes pops up immediately. That weekend, it went from maybe he's thirsty to, oh my gosh, he cannot get enough to drink. We were watching a Packer game and he hopped up on the counter and drank from the faucet. Like he couldn't wait for a cup. And then he was in the bathroom every 15 minutes. It went from maybe to definitely, this is strange. And that Monday at an appointment after school, and I just, in the pit of my stomach, I knew all day exactly what the doctor was gonna say. I hoped he wouldn't, but I knew. He took his blood sugar and told us it was 660, which didn't really mean anything to me, but he just said he has type 1 diabetes. And I thought, you can't tell that just from one test. I'm like, there's gotta be something else. But he said, no, you need to go to the hospital, and that was the beginning.
It was kind of scary because the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, was I gonna die, or will I have surgery, or I just didn't know what was gonna happen next.
I cried right away. It was scary. I really, tried to not scare Evan, but yet here I am crying like at the drop of a hat for about a week straight. And I felt bad for him because I didn't want him to be scared, but I was scared, so.
I got told that I wasn't gonna die and that I wasn't gonna need surgery and that my mom and dad would take care of me really well.
I didn't realize how much there was to learn and how much of a education process there was in the whole thing. I think the first time I went to go give him an injection at home, I didn't do something right, and I ended up having to give him shots twice, and that about broke my heart because I felt bad enough giving him a shot, and here it is, I messed up and I had to do it again. He didn't make two noises about it, but I felt it broke my heart.
The first time I tried it, it hurt a lot, so I was like, I didn't know if it would hurt like this every single time I did it, and then I would have huge holes in my fingers.
At school, he just goes about his routine, and nobody even notices really that he is doing anything different, but he is. He's got a lot of extra responsibility on his shoulders than most kids his age. Most kids, even the thought of poking their finger every day, multiple times a day, they don't want to, kids are afraid of shots, and he does it all the time without even, blinking.
I usually go on the teacher's desk and test so they don't see me because there's books that cover it. So it's the perfect place.
He doesn't complain too much. He has his moments, but
it's mostly hard when I play sports because when I'm out hot in the sun, running around, I'll get headaches from when I'm really high, and then when I'm low, I'll just have to miss out on some of the game, which I want to be a part of every game.
People need to know that the expense of having type 1 diabetes is huge, not just on the families, but on the whole entire healthcare system. And if we can try to find ways to get rid of the complications as well as the disease itself, it will benefit everybody in this country.
The fact of the matter is, in today's world, there is no cure. If you get diagnosed, it's something that you don't get rid of. You grow old with it today.
our experience has been made easier through Jdrf and through our relationship with Jdrf and the opportunities that they've provided us to meet people and to get out and to hear more about it, to be educated on it, for Evan to see that, you know, there's people out there that are part of bike racing teams and have climbed Everest and have played football in the National Football League. I mean, for him to have those examples put in front of him lets him know that anything's possible.
Humana is a health and well-being company, so supporting an organization like Jdrf just makes a lot of sense. Also, being an employer with 3,000 local employees, we do have employees and their children that are afflicted by type 1 diabetes, so we do have people on our staff that are strong advocates for Jdrf, and they've helped get our attention.
It is something that we are really close to finding a cure for that it can be done. We just need it. We need the money to continue with the research so that it can be done sooner rather than later.
We all know people with type 1 diabetes. Many of us don't know the day-to-day struggles that these people go through. You know, the idea of not having to test one day, the idea of not having to deliver insulin to myself one day, it makes me dig deep in my pockets, and it makes the people close to me dig deep in their pockets. And I would ask that you know, everyone at the event think about that and think about if their daughter or if their son or brother had this disease, what it would mean to them to be able to provide a cure or prevention for that.
It's really important to me because I would love to not have to test anymore, and it would just be really fun, and I wouldn't have to miss out on class anymore and get bad grades or miss out on sports.
I want something for him that he can forget about type 1 diabetes altogether. And he doesn't have to wear a medical device, he doesn't have to count his carbs, he doesn't have to worry about a malfunctioning anything. I want him just to be him.
You know, when I see Jdrf, I see hope written right underneath it. And that's really what it is to me. It's a hope that things will get better somewhere, you know, throughout my lifetime.